1 year ago in October of 2023, I decided to get a mirrorless autofocus camera with a set of lenses. I quickly decided to give micro four thirds a chance. Specifically, I wanted to go for a Panasonic GH5 II and 3 lenses. I like to do a variety of different genres of photography. I do a lot of street photography and also a lot of casual photography. Family and friends and travel, but also occasional bird photos and sometimes photos of moon and sun, especially during eclipse events. And every once in a while I do some paid photo shoots, but not very often. Of course, I have a Leica M240 with 5 M-mount lenses covering from 15 to 19mm, and I'm very happy with it. But it's a manual focus system and sometimes it's nice to have autofocus. Plus, the M system is not really optimized for super wide or super long lenses, so I wanted to have another system. I've tried different micro four thirds cameras in the past, including Panasonic GH3, GX8 and GH5 original, but I never kept them for more than 6 months. This time I decided to go for a GH5 II because at the time I found a good deal on it with the Panasonic Leica 12 to 60mm lens. Then quickly I got a used 8 to 18mm Panasonic Leica lens. And after that I picked up a used Panasonic 100 to 300mm Mark II lens as my super tele zoom. In my opinion, this lens combo is the best for casual photography with micro four thirds. They are not very big, not very expensive, all have weather sealing and good build quality and decent optical quality. Of course, there are higher quality lenses that are unreasonably big and expensive for what they are. And also there are good cheap prime lenses that don't have a good build quality and weather sealing. Another thing is the size and weight of this setup. In fact, you can fit all of these in a very small bag and you can carry it anywhere. I don't know any other setup that can cover 16 to 600mm with a maximum aperture of f5.6 and it still can be fit in a small bag. I kept this setup for 12 months and I used it a lot for videos on this channel, but also for some casual photos and videos here and there. I did some bird and wildlife photography with it. I also photographed the partial solar eclipse of April 2024. And I did some street photography with it. And most importantly, I took many photos and videos from our baby daughter. The video quality in good light is very good. I use mostly 4K therapy and I didn't use log or anything, just simple 4K. I also did a slow-mo maybe a handful of times. My most used lens was obviously the 12 to 60mm. I think it's an amazing lens, both optical and build quality are very nice. After that it was the 100 to 300mm lens. I found the build quality worse than my other two lenses, and also it has some purple fringing and chromatic aberrations, but I used it anyway, and for the price I was very happy with the results. My least used lens was the 8 to 18mm, which is a very nice lens. I had high hopes of using it for street photography, especially at 18mm, which is equivalent to 35mm in full frame. At this focal length, the lens elements go in and the body acts as a hood, which makes it even more useful. I also did some indoor shots and also a few vlogs with it. When it comes to the camera body, I love the ergonomics. All the buttons are in the right place except this display button that I disabled it right away. The joystick feels very nice and the touchscreen is amazing. Also the USB charging is very useful, but I found that one battery is not enough, so I got an extra third-party battery. About the autofocus features, I use the subject detection quite a lot and I was okay with it. It is not mind-blowing, but it is definitely useful. Continuous AF in video was sometimes a miss, but again, I dealt with it. The low light performance of the camera is definitely worse than modern full frame and APS-C cameras. For video, I'm not that picky, but for photos, I try to use it only in good light or with a flash for poor lighting condition for indoor photos. But sometimes that I didn't use the flash, it resulted in disappointing photos. So why did I decide to sell this setup after a year? Well, if you follow my channel, you know that I'm doing a lot of film photography on both 35mm and medium formats. And I love to try my lenses on digital as well. For this purpose, a full frame sensor is much better than Micro Four Thirds. Also, I need a good video camera for a channel and also for casual videos here and there. So getting a full frame mirrorless seems to be a perfect solution. Stay tuned if you want to see what full frame mirrorless system I end up getting. So that's it. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also feel free to follow me on Instagram and X, also known as Twitter.